Hello Internet, this is TheRoschi, and I'm back with some more Genshin Impact gameplay, and today we have Hu Tao's story quest. I've heard a lot about Hu Tao. She's quite eccentric, pretty funny, and she works in a funeral parlor. I guess we're gonna find out more, so without further ado, let's get into it. Hu Tao, I know that she's pretty eccentric. She's obsessed with Chi-Chi because Chi-Chi's a zombie.
Warm, fake smile, death. I despise Hu Tao.
From the stuff that I've seen and like her weird quirkiness, I don't know this because I haven't actually met her in game yet. I'm about to, I guess. But she reminds me a lot of my sister. Here we go.
Why did we come here? Paimon's got a bad feeling about this. Not that Paimon's scared or anything, just, concerned for your safety.
Thank you, Paimon. And how fitting to do a Hu Tao story quest. We're in October right now at the time of this recording. Halloween time. There we go.
It's just that this is how lots of scary stories go. You're in an empty place, in the middle of nowhere, there's barely any light, and then just when you least expect it, a stranger comes out of...
Oh!
Quick, do something!
Kill him! Didn't you say you weren't scared?
Paimon's intuition says that anyone we run into here is going to be far from normal.
Sure.
If he gets us, he's gonna eat Paimon for sure.
I would hope not.
Who are you?
I came from beyond the heavens.
Beyond the heavens? A strange way of putting it.
It's true, though. Technically, it's true.
Don't try to scare me.
Why is that scary?
I'm just here for a funeral. I don't mean to offend. No matter who you are, there's no need for any ill will between us.
It's cool. I didn't think I was threatening you. I just thought I was trying to sound cool.
Whew. Seems he's just your average scaredy cat. He looks more afraid than Paimon.
But you're kind of terrifying.
Huh? Am not. Paimon's super friendly looking.
No.
Don't be afraid. We come in peace.
Gods protect me!
No. Stop freaking out and stand still. Relax.
Guy said gods protect me. Wouldn't he want to say archons? Even though the archons are gods, but you know what I mean?
Relax. Yes, whatever you say. Please stay your hand. Don't come any closer. I mean you no harm. Don't touch me.
Okay.
Hey, Paimon already said nothing's gonna happen.
Well, he was an undertaker and everything. It sounds like he'd know this place. Unless if he was like really new. He's still scared of it? Huh. Yet the butterfly flutters away.
Was it something Paimon said? Let's go after him. He might do something stupid.
I'm sure he will. I think I mentioned this before with like Hu Tao's trailer or something like that. How there's like this butterfly symbolism and stuff. Or maybe I'm making that up. I don't know. But I don't know if you guys ever do this. But when I was a kid, if someone in our family would like pass away, or someone we cared about, you'd kind of like... It's not even as a kid. It like still happens with some people and things. Where... like you see a butterfly or you see a bird or whatever, and it has something to, maybe there's some connection to them and that thing. Like there's like, it's like, oh, that's them watching over us. Like, you know, you see a little butterfly flying around or whatever. I don't know, just neat little things like that, right? So I wonder if that has any significance to the title. I imagine it would, but I don't know how embedded that idea is actually in like Chinese culture.
Director, there's a ghost after me.
Oh? Don't get too excited. These are clients, not ghosts.
Yeah.
Exactly. We said we're not ghosts. Why won't you calm down and let us explain?
Yeah.
either.
True.
Yeah, forgive me. This is one of our new undertakers, Mung. It's his first time working a funeral, so of course he's afraid of his own shadow.
That answers my question.
Funeral. Oh, the Wangsheng Funeral Parlor! Zhongli is a consultant there. They deal with this stuff a lot, right?
Oh, you know Zhongli? Well, that saves me a lot of explaining. I'm Hu Tao, the current director of the Wangsheng Funeral Parlor, responsible for, well, trifling matters having to do with immortality.
Okay.
A satisfying trade to be in, though, and Wangsheng Funeral Parlor is well known around town. Whatever the request, I'd be glad to hear it.
I don't think we fall into the client category.
Yeah, if we were looking for Wangsheng Funeral Parlor's help, this is hardly the place we would come to.
Ah, but you see, I wasn't referring to clients in the business sense. Everyone who enters this mortal realm will be a client of mine.
Ah. Fair.
Sooner or later.
Well, that's dark.
It's accurate.
Wangsheng Funeral Parlor welcomes advanced reservations. When you choose us, you'll never have to worry about what might be around the corner. But be sure to book the right date. Pro tip, it is a living nightmare trying to get flowers at short notice.
Okay, that's a little weird. You don't really know when you're gonna die. So, huh.
Speaking of
Usually.
dates, if you're struggling to decide, please do come and talk it over. I'd hate to see you still alive and kicking when your big day comes.
Wow. Okay. That's interesting. All right.
Whoa! Slow down!
You know, I think Hu Tao and I could be friends. I think we could do some business. I might have a suggestion for a client. He was in the previous Ganyu video. Anyway.
That's... There's a lot to unpack here.
That all sounded very bizarre.
You'll have to excuse her. The director is a rather unique individual. Allow me to explain. We'd heard that there'd been some supernatural activity at Wuwang Hill. To restore calm here, we performed a funeral ceremony. It went very smoothly. According to the director, we shouldn't be expecting any more issues in the near future.
Mm-hmm.
Wangsheng Funeral Parlor, Wuwang Hill, funeral. What more is there to say? These three belong in the same sentence. You two, on the other hand, have no business coming to Wuwang Hill. You being here is not normal.
Okay.
Maybe your understanding of normal isn't quite normal.
I'm here on an adventure.
Adventure?
Yeah.
You must hail from the Adventurers Guild.
Not. I'm like associated, I guess. Yeah, I think I am. I report to them. Sure. I'm also an honorary knight, the savior of Mondstadt, partially of Liyue itself. I've been around.
Then you are one of our distinguished clients. Wood, to be precise.
You just call me a tree? What just happened?
Wood? What do you mean?
That's just how we gauge our clients' importance. We have 4 levels: wicker, bamboo, wood, and marble. The higher the grade, the better we'd like to get to know you.
I'd like to be marble.
But I've just only heard of this.
Well, that's because I only just thought of it.
There we go.
Oh, don't look so shocked. Oh, take a look. Our adventurers spend the whole day scaling mountains, clearing domains, and smiting enemies. Danger and peril are their bread and butter.
Mm-hmm.
Clients like these deserve better treatment. Taking an interest in their daily lives will ultimately benefit not only them, but also me.
Charming.
Oh, touched a nerve, did I? I'd have thought any adventurers who dare come here would be used to conversations like this.
I didn't mean it in a bad way. I was just trying to be like dry humor funny, but...
Anyway, I have a favor to ask. Recently, Wangsheng Funeral Parlor has been trying to strike a business deal with the Adventurers Guild. With you acting as an intermediary, it would be so much easier.
I like it. And you know what? I know a guy. His name is Pallid. You do great business with him. I don't really want to take part in your business. What's in it for me? Why am I so against this? This seems like a good idea. Am I weird for thinking this is a good idea? Maybe. I would still like to know what's in it for me.
Let me think what I could offer you as a reward. Or perhaps there's a favor I could do in return?
Sure. Sure. Yeah, we could work with favors. I'm good with that. I work with favors all the time.
Ah, we're looking for someone. We've asked a lot of people, but nobody seems to have a clue where they are.
Oh, right. This. Yeah.
This seems like something right up my alley. I can even inquire with the ones who no longer speak for you.
Oh.
You see? Helping me will be worth your while. Come on then, my able assistants. Let's get down to Liyue Harbor and do some business.
Okay.
When did we become your assistants?
Paimon, weren't you listening? Just now.
Longsheng
Alright.
Funeral Parlor. The ones who no longer speak. Oh, did she mean talking to the dead?
Nah.
She's a weird one.
She probably meant talking to the dead. Let's go talk to dead people. Hello, Hu Tao and company.
Ugh, you again. Look, I told you, we're not interested in the kind of cooperation you describe.
Why not? I want reasons why it doesn't benefit you.
Come on, there's no reason to get upset. Look, one of your members is an avid supporter of my proposition.
I have to agree.
Oh, since our last negotiation, I've come up with a new proposal, which I think you'll find has far more benefits for you. First things first, Wangsheng Funeral Parlor will prioritize the Adventurers Guild requests above all others. You'll also receive 100 of our signature wooden coffins for free, together with your first order.
Damn. I mean, do you guys lose adventurers that often? You know?
That's not all. We also provide an on-site cadaver collection service covering almost all regions in Liyue.
Damn.
Now, we do charge a slight premium for a very small number of especially dangerous areas, but don't you worry about that. I promise you, it's still very affordable.
That's great. They'll retrieve the dead for you as well? I mean, sounds pretty respectful.
I don't think you're hearing me.
I don't think you're listening, Lan.
Okay, all right. I get it. You want to bargain a little more, but our offer as it stands is already quite a good deal, don't you think? Just think about it. An adventurer's life is full of unexpected threats. It's only natural to take precautions. Mend the roof before it rains, as they say.
You know? I'm kind of liking Hu Tao's logic, not gonna lie. What does that say about me?
Yeah, no. I'm not so sure that saying applies in this context.
Why not?
Speaking of precautions, I'd rather focus on keeping my adventurers safe in the first place.
Right, but when you inevitably fail and they die because the Adventurers Guild is a complete joke, you want to be ready for that too, right? Why not be ready for both?
It's time for you to go. I have to attend to other matters.
Like staring at that wall.
Oh, wait, hold on. What would you say to a group discount? 30% off for parties of 10?
Okay, that's a little weird. Listen, the more of your adventurers who die at one time, you get a discount. How about it? That's wild. She does phrase it a little weird. She's just like, so when you inevitably die, we're going to be there to help you out. I mean, it's like, I get it, but I can see why people would not like this kind of talk. I don't know. Maybe if you're not really... Maybe if death isn't one of your fears, then it's more like, yeah, I could see that, or it's more comical or whatever, but if you are someone who actually like fears death, then yeah, this kind of talk could like really put you on your back foot.
Director, please, you did your best. We don't need another clash with the Millilith.
Oh.
If Paimon understood all that correctly, it seems like she's trying to sell them the funeral parlor services.
I side with Lan on this issue. This will get us nowhere. Oh man, I don't like these answers. I'm gonna say this will get us nowhere because I don't side with Lan. But it's still
Yeah,
the same sentence,
nothing
probably.
left to do here. Let's go back to Wangsheng Funeral Parlor.
Okay.
Rejecting a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. It's their loss. Some things are inevitable. It's only a matter of time.
Yeah. Don't Hu Tao, you're doing a good job. You're trying real hard. I get it. You're doing fine, kid. You know? You pushed the envelope a little bit. You kind of, I could see you get on some people's bad sides with your talk, but I know you mean no ill will. You're just trying to do your job, trying to give people good deals, help out the community, all that stuff. I get it.
Seems like the old ways are the most reliable after all. Mung, are you done preparing our promotional materials?
My apologies. I'm only about halfway through. Do you really think they will be effective?
Mung, get yourself in gear. They were supposed to be done yesterday.
Trust me, they're going to work wonders. This marketing strategy has been used by Wangsheng Funeral Parlor for generations.
Then how could it fail?
Clients in need come to our door and write down their commissions on blank wooden tiles. Then they squeeze those inside the parlor through the crack under the door.
Okay, that's cool.
I fulfill the requests written on each tile to make sure our clients are satisfied with the service, no matter if it's an obituary, cremation, or funeral that they seek. Although, it is a bit of a hassle with the constant back and forth. If only we could burn them by the batch.
Okay, so now this is all right. You're very much like the idea of bundles, and I do think funerals should be a little more sacred, a little more devoted to an individual, to remember the individual, and not necessarily like, oh, here's just 10 people who happen to die. You know, I do see how that could be an issue. I wasn't aware that was your angle. I just thought, all right, okay, that is a little, that's a little awkward. That's a little much.
No, Director, I'm not asking about the wooden tiles themselves, but about the special offer they advertise.
Special offer?
Wangsheng Funeral Parlor should keep up with the times. Just think about it. If we don't attract new clients, we'll be left with nothing, won't we? Business development is a crucial element of every prosperous enterprise. I've been trying various marketing strategies ever since I became the director.
Sure.
I put up posters just like all the other shops, but the Millilith promptly removed them. Then I organized the Wangsheng Visitors Day, but no one showed up.
Well, that doesn't come as a huge surprise.
And finally, I discovered that the traditional ways are the most reliable after all. I took inspiration from the wisdom of previous directors.
Good.
So now, I go from door to door looking for people and organizations willing to cooperate. Just like during our visit to the Adventurers Guild. That's what I mean by business development. The other method I'm trying is using the wooden tiles as coupons. Just by writing things like, buy one, get one free for the holder of this tile on them.
Oh. Okay. Oh, shit.
What do they buy and what do they get?
A solid and durable second home, of course. Well, they may not need it right away, but they can be sure that when they do, it will still be as good as new. It won't start deteriorating before you finish doing so yourself. That's the Wangsheng Funeral Parlor quality guarantee.
I don't know what to say to that. No wonder you're on the Milllet's radar.
Alright, Mung. Keep adding those special offers to the wooden tiles. The future of our business depends on it.
I'm still not sure this will work.
Oh, I get it. You think that our special offer is not comprehensive enough, right? It is true. I was offering all kinds of great benefits to the Adventurers Guild because they are a new client. But in doing so, I neglected my old clients. You're right. It's unfair. Let me do some market research. Wait here, my faithful assistants. I'll be back with you in a moment. It shouldn't take too long.
Okay.
Paimon already told you we're not your assistants! Guess we got dragged into somebody else's business again. Let's look around while she's away.
That happens a lot. Okay, investigate the Wangsheng Funeral Parlor's surroundings while waiting for Hu Tao. Okay, let's see what you gotta say.
The way we're wording this lacks warmth and sincerity.
Sure.
If we're content to settle for just seeing people off, how can we give them a sense of really having gained something?
But that's a tough feeling to convey in this industry.
Precisely the problem. If we can't get that feeling across, then how will we get return clients?
Return clients?
That is odd. That is a little odd. Examine the board. A board used for hanging Wangsheng Funeral Parlor wooden tiles. According to Hu Tao, all the tiles should be blank. In which case, the characters on the back of the tiles must be the special offer. And then we have you, Fairy Lady.
You must be the director's new hires.
Not us! We're just very curious about Wangsheng Funeral Parlor and Hu Tao.
I suppose that is more accurate. We're not really hired.
Well, I wouldn't get too curious if I were you. Too much knowledge isn't good for ordinary folk.
What makes you think we're ordinary? Besides, I very well know this, and I seek it because I'm a masochist.
The director is tactful when it comes to what should and shouldn't be known.
Her? Tactful?
So behind this door is Wangsheng Funeral Parlor. It looks far more ordinary than the director made it out to be.
We should get going. Let's go find Hu Tao.
Oh, I thought we were going to go inside. It's fine. Alright. Hey, Hu Tao.
That's settled then. Write it like this. Wangsheng Funeral Parlor bumper sale. Buy one, get one free. Buy two, get three free. More for your Mora. I love it. Better than all that lifeless brochure stuff. We want people to feel warm and fuzzy.
And dead.
But Director, isn't Lifeless the name of the game in this industry?
That's old hat. We're opening up new ground.
Why does Wangsheng Funeral Parlor need to open up? Yes, Director.
Poor guy's giving up.
Probably for the better.
Right, we should get going. I am not letting new business escape us.
Okay.
We? As in us.
Who else? Do you see anyone else around here? Oh, well, you probably wouldn't see them if there was.
Dead people.
Stop adding little afterthoughts like that. It creeps people out.
Just a joke. Sorry. Everything you see is everything that's present. For the moment, at least.
Comforting. It's good to think before you speak. I'm just gonna say comforting.
Lighten up. The way I see it, people make death scarier than it really is.
I agree.
What people truly fear about departing this world is suffering and regret.
Yes.
To deal with the trauma, they let their imaginations run wild with notions of ghosts and evil spirits.
Sure.
Oh, baseless fantasies. What we've ended up with is a topic that people are morbidly afraid of talking about. If I don't broach the subject, then Wangsheng Funeral Parlor won't be long for this world.
But I've seen a ghost. I have. It was the little kid outside the Wangshu Inn or whatever it was called. Yeah. Yeah, that's gonna come back to haunt me. I still think about that.
Oh, more approachable and appeasable than you'd imagined?
Well, I made a deal. We're gonna see how that follows through, I guess, maybe.
I wouldn't say that. Let's just say at least it didn't hurt us.
I'm actually worried that we're bringing that little girl up now. Oh, God. No. No, I don't wanna. Okay.
You must have come across a particularly ferocious entity. How should I put this? Most spirits are incapable of harming ordinary folks.
Mm-hmm.
The job of Wangsheng Funeral Parlor is to guard the border between life and death. One component of this is correcting notions of death and the afterlife that people may hold. Simply put, for those unable to see the border, they're best kept as far away from it as possible. So for ordinary folks, the best case scenario is ignorance of all matters concerning spirits in the afterlife, or even better, a belief that none of it exists.
Then you really don't have any excuse for spooking the heck out of people.
You make it sound so abominable. I'm just trying to get them to see the humor in it all.
That's probably why people think you're weird.
I never thought you'd be such a bore. Never mind.
Me neither.
If you stick by me, everything will become clear.
I don't know why we're acting like this around her. I don't get it. She hasn't really offended too many people. It's just her assistant is like new and just kind of dealing with her shenanigans, and we saw how Lan reacted, and we know about the Millith and stuff. I mean, it's fine, but you know, I mean, we've had humor in situations where it wasn't really, you know, a good time for humor, but now we're kind of a little bit of a stickler, and I don't really know how I feel about that.
All right, let's get going. Follow me.
Okay.
Director, wait. What about Big G? Don't forget.
Big G?
Big G? Who's that? We've been in Liyue for ages and never heard that name.
Oh, nothing. Just something Mung's been pleading with me to take care of. Should be a piece of cake.
Okay.
Where are we going?
To visit an important potential client. I'll lead the way.
But yeah, Hu Tao seems she's quirky. She seems cool, you know. A little definitely on the eccentric side with some of her stuff. And it is weird that the Traveler is very much like kind of like a party pooper when it comes to this. It's a little unfortunate. I hope that they'd have a little more humor instead of being a little I mean, I like sarcasm and stuff, but there's like sarcasm and then just straight up like nose that he's giving her. And I think that's a little weird. I would understand maybe if Paimon was that way and then the Traveler wasn't, or vice versa. But we're both very much on the same team, and Hu Tao's just and Hu Tao we're just like, nah, you weird. But we've seen plenty of weird people. As far as I'm concerned, Hu Tao is more normal than Xiangling. She wants to like eat people and stuff. Hu Tao's not the weirdest. It's weird that she wants to sell like these bundles to people for funeral services. I think that's weird, but it's funny because she's like trying to be like a business person, but she's still trying to do this traditional thing, and she's combining the two, and it doesn't really work. But her heart's still in the right place. Let's go talk to little Wu. Hey, little Wu.
Sorry, who are you?
You know, just a couple of guys walking around.
Hello, I'm Hu Tao, director of the Wangsheng Funeral Parlor.
And she's that.
Okay, so why would someone from Wangsheng Funeral Parlor be looking for me?
Nothing major. How are you feeling these days? Any aches or pains?
Oh. Hu Tao's not the weirdest.
You shouldn't ignore them, by the way. Very often they're an omen of something terminal. When we're healthy, it's easy to forget the crushing fragility of life. So, aches and pains, best to keep an eye on them.
What are you getting at? I'm in great health and enjoying life very much, thank you.
It's a little off-putting, okay.
Go and find some other poor soul. Goodbye.
Alright, goodbye.
Why did they get angry? What's wrong with a few earnest health tips?
Paimon thinks it's because they're coming from the director of a funeral parlor.
It's really just your phrasing. I get why she's doing it, but goddamn. Alright, we're gonna go visit another potential client. Hello, Moo Moo.
And you are? Be quick. I'm busy.
Alright, so are we.
Hello there. Would you be interested in understanding a bit about our services at the Wangsheng Funeral Parlor?
Okay, so another thing that they do, I know, like, there's not too many animations between the characters when they're in conversation like this, but one that they've consistently used with Hu Tao is her excited little fist bump stance, which is adorable, but when she's talking about, like, you know, are you ready to die? Like, it's a little off-putting, right? She's very excited for their potential death so she can do her job. It's like, it's simultaneously wholesome and terrifying.
Wangsheng Funeral Parlor. I'm not in need of your services.
Not yet. Now you are. See? This is how we can help each other.
So you're out here looking for new customers? Don't you think this might be a bit of a crass way of going about it?
Hardly. Isn't this the fashion these days? Bring the service to the customer and all that.
Oh boy.
I'm not sure it's every service that falls into that.
Mm.
Anyway, please bother someone else if you don't mind.
Another failure. Still, not the end of the world.
Paimon's curious. Does this approach ever work out for you?
I would like to know too. Hello. Does anyone feel like dying anytime soon? You there. You look like you're about to keel over. Gongji.
I know your face. The Wangsheng Funeral Parlor director, right? I'm sorry, I'm really in no need of it.
Don't apologize. Get to know us. We've got a new sale going on. Ever hear the saying, out with the old, in with the new? Well, going out with a bang is the best way to start off in style on the other side.
Phrasing. You gotta be careful with that. That's like... Oh no. This is borderline like, unalive yourself in a fantastic way and then we can help you out. And it's like, oh god.
If you keep talking like this, I'll have to call the Millilith.
Mm-hmm. Understandable.
No. Okay, relax. We're leaving. But Wangsheng Funeral Parlor awaits your distinguished patronage.
You really don't give up, do you?
Tough crowd.
Are you trying to make me feel better?
Sure, why not?
Well, thank you. Seems you understand me far better than most people.
I think I do. I think your methods are still a little whack, but they are still coming from a good place. You just need to work on your approach.
Not really. This is just getting really uncomfortable.
That was a good line delivered by Paimon, by the way. Enough business development, please. Help me find someone?
Business development? Is that what you see this as?
Is it not? You just talked about how you want to, like, up your way of doing things business-wise this entire time.
Surely you don't think all that was business development?
I mean, it definitely felt that way, but please explain.
Then what was it exactly?
Yeah.
Traumatization for its own sake?
Well, Paimon, I wasn't going to say that part.
No. The business development ended after the discussion with the Adventurers Guild.
Sure. Okay.
I was helping to find somebody for Mung. You remember Big G?
Oh. Yeah, rings a bell.
As it turns out, the Big G that Mung is looking for is a ghost adrift in the mortal realm.
Oh. Oh. Interesting.
The three we saw just now were all people I suspected of being followed by Big G, but having seen them, I didn't sense the presence of anything otherworldly.
Okay, cool.
So we just had a quick chat, and I left it at that.
Okay, so her services, although seeming like they were directed to the people she was talking to, could also have been referring to, like, the ghost that was, like, hanging around, that could have potentially been hanging around them as well. I mean, that's one way to look at it. She could just be offering the services to both of them, because she's Hu Tao, and that's probably something that she would do anyway. But, okay. If that was stopping for a quick chat, I wonder what business development looks like.
Why didn't you say so? Paimon thought you had some kind of sixth sense for, people in declining health.
Huh? What would I need that kind of ability for? I'm no doctor.
That's what I was saying. I was like, get Baiju up in here. But yeah, she was just trying to sense a spirit. Alright, cool.
Were you seriously hoping that the director of the Wangsheng Funeral Parlor was going to start healing people? Or...
I thought you were going to start taking them out, honestly.
Paimon was trying to subtly imply that... never mind. Paimon wouldn't know how to explain subtlety in a way you'd understand.
Well, let's leave that for now and head back to Wangsheng Funeral Parlor. This Big G matter is very closely linked to Meng.
Okay. You know, playing through the story quest, it gets me thinking about life and death and the regrets that people could potentially have. So I'm here to tell you to sign up to become a member or join my Patreon, so that way you have no regrets for missing out my exclusive uncut Genshin Impact gameplay content that's there waiting for you to see. You might see some episodes here all edited and stuff. Well, there's sometimes other things that happen. Sometimes there's a world quest that interrupts things and I have to go do that. Sometimes there's some funny banter or dialogue or me messing up and looking like a fool. There's all sorts of things you could see. And by becoming a member on either here on my YouTube or on my Patreon, you get access to that. And I promise you, it's a good time. Check it out if you can. I very much appreciate all the support you give. And that's about it. So, with that said, let's get back to the video.
Meng, I'm back. I'm afraid we're still no closer to finding Big G.
I see. Well, I'm just sorry for the trouble. I've already searched in all the likely places.
Who is this Big G anyway?
I guess I should start at the beginning. My home was in the vicinity of Wuwang Hill. In my youth, I had a good many friends there.
Okay.
Big G was one of them. We were the best of friends. Inseparable, really. But one day, there was an accident. And that was the end of him.
What, you stepped on a Lego or something?
I've never forgotten. Too many memories, I suppose. I often return to Wuwang Hill. But recently, after one such visit, I started to feel strange. Now, every night, Big G appears in my dreams. I can't help but wonder, did I disturb him somehow?
Sounds like a tall story. That kind of thing doesn't happen. What is up with this? I don't like these answers. I know Ether's his own character, but like, he's really not about the afterlife. Like, at all. That kind of thing doesn't happen, I reluctantly say.
Perhaps. I don't have proof, but I can't stop worrying. I get more anxious every day. How would I ever come to terms with my childhood friend becoming an evil spirit?
That'd be unfortunate.
That's why he joined Wangsheng Funeral Parlor. In place of a salary, I'm helping him deal with this matter.
I mean, he should get paid at some point.
And in fact, what Meng has said is entirely plausible. Spirits on occasion do find a way into our world. But as for evil spirits, I think you're scaring yourself. Even I have only encountered malevolent forces a handful of times.
But are you sure there's no danger? I couldn't bear for him to go around harming people.
You see what I mean? Look at the state of him. If we can't find Big G, it'll eat away at Meng forever. Those people we found today were also Meng's childhood friends. I thought there was a good chance Big G might have hidden among them.
Oh.
But here we are, empty-handed.
I see.
Wuwang Hill, childhood friends? Seems like we're out of leads.
Sorry, excuse me. Is this Wangsheng Funeral Parlor?
Yes.
My name's Luo Chung. I've had this awful feeling recently, like something's staring at me. Some of my friends and I went to Wuwang Hill the other day on a dare. After I returned home, I fell ill. I've been having recurring nightmares, but the doctors can't find anything wrong with me. I think that it's a curse, right? I've been cursed by a demon.
Sounds like we need to get Chongyun up in here.
Say no more. There's no doubt it's a demonic curse, all right, and a serious one at that.
You believe so too? That it's just like they say in the tales of old. The vengeful spirits of the gods who fell in the Archon War return to cast their evil curses upon mortals.
Sure.
And if the curse isn't lifted, it will burn through the body, laying waste to flesh and bone. Oh, what a wretched end!
Okay, now you're being a little dramatic.
The symptoms I'm having are just like those described in the tales.
Oh.
Wuwang Hill? No, I don't think it was a curse. It was probably just Big G.
Oh, okay.
Hold your horses, both of you. There's no need to creep each other out.
Yeah, you guys are jumping to conclusions real quick. You gotta investigate. You gotta find out things first. Listen. I understand the whole being fascinated with ghosts thing. But you don't go looking for it. You gotta try to disprove as many things as possible before you're just like, oh, it's a ghost. You know what I mean? You gotta try to figure it out. Can't just be like, must be Big G. I'm gonna shrivel and die. Like, you know, those are very extreme takes right now.
Isn't that exactly what you like to do, though?
Wangsheng Funeral Parlor specializes in demonic stuff like this, right? Help me, I beg you. I'm too young to die.
All right, don't panic. Leave it to me. You've come to the right person. However, in order to lift the curse, we need a suitable location, and we need to make some preparations.
Okay.
Come with me, my trusty assistants. I'm going to need your help.
Sure.
I guess I'll come too.
Help him make the preparations first. The incense exorcism, the one I taught you. When you're ready, come and find me. Once we've finished with this, we'll get back to the Big G matter.
Okay, I guess.
Right. Let's go.
Let's go. Let's do the thing. Alright, what are you guys talking about?
Please help me! I don't want to die!
Don't worry. The director is highly skilled. She'll help you find a way.
Hell yeah, and I'm gonna be there to help too. Oh, something's gonna go on.
So, what mysterious rituals are you gonna perform here?
No ritual at all. We just need to kill some time.
Oh?
Eh?
Wait, you didn't take all that vengeful God's curse stuff seriously, did you? They were eradicated ages ago.
So why are we here?
You saw those two. One thinks he's been cursed, and the other one believes his friends turned into an evil spirit. It's hard to reason with them.
Okay.
Now you see why I believe that ordinary folks should be kept in the dark. I've seen too many people lose their senses on account of things like this. If you want to calm them down, you need to convince them with something tangible.
Right.
And the best way to do that is to make a great show of destroying the boogeyman they believe in before their very eyes.
Okay, I see. That's interesting. It's almost like a placebo thing. I think that's the word I'm looking for. Like, you know, someone could be like, take this pill and all of whatever will be cured. And then you start taking the pill and you're like, you're right. I do feel better. But it's really just your brain playing tricks on you because the pill was just a sugar pill the whole time and actually did nothing. Mind over matter. So she's going to put on a show. We're probably going to help with that. And it's going to convince them that you cured us. We're just good. Because they're all anxious and all that stuff, and they need something to see that is like real to them that proves that whatever their issue is fixed. I like that. That's cool. It's a cool mentality. And it's not like Hu Tao's saying that she doesn't believe in spirits and all that stuff. It is, but it's her just like, these people don't know what they're talking about and they're getting worked up over nothing. I'm going to help them. Without making them feel stupid. That's cool. I like that.
Sounds like that might work. If you were trying to cheer up a 3-year-old.
How old are you, Paimon?
Why would you ask that?
Because everything.
Paimon just wants to know why we can't tell everyone the truth.
Hey, I'm all about telling the truth too, but sometimes, oh god, this is... I'm sure I'm going to sound like a hypocrite now because I've talked about how I'm very much a truth teller myself. I don't like lying. But this actually doesn't hurt them if the problem is actually in their head. Right? Now, if they are being cursed by some spirits and stuff, then ignoring it is probably going to be a huge problem, and lying about it is going to be bad. However, if it is just in their head, a white lie is not it's not bad. Because we can't go up to them and just be like, hey, you're full of shit, stop thinking that way. They're going to think about it more. It doesn't work that way. So, that's why, Paimon. That's why it's okay to have a little lie in this instance. Because we're trying to help people. It doesn't always work, but for right now it does.
Because you can't guarantee that telling an ignorant person the truth will improve the situation instead of exacerbating it.
She just said it 10,000 times better than I did. I added 50 more words at least.
What I can do is pretend to pull back anyone who believes their time is nigh. But since the curse is imaginary, our fix will also be make-believe.
Mm-hmm.
Makes sense. But why would anyone believe that it's a curse?
Because people are whack.
Do you know the history of the Yaksha?
Yes. What do you mean haven't heard about... Guys. We just had Xiao's story quest. Xiao's story quest comes before Hu Tao's story quest in line of story quests. shouldn't we be like, yeah? Or is this just here because people play this game and don't pay attention to what's going on? That's actually true. There's a lot of people that don't actually know what's going on in this story. God damn it. I know bits and pieces.
They once fought against the ancient gods. They fought brilliantly in a battle that engulfed the whole world in darkness. Although the gods were defeated in the end, their resentment persevered.
Yep.
That resentment turned into a pestilence spreading amongst the ordinary folk. Hysteric people mistook it for the curse of the gods.
Mm-hmm.
The plague took the lives of many, which only furthered its spread, as the dead were a breeding ground for the disease. Then someone discovered how to prevent it from spreading, purify the air, and burn the bodies of the deceased. The pioneers of these practices were, you guessed it, the founders of the Wangsheng Funeral Parlor.
Nice.
Paimon didn't see that coming. Really?
Yes. Anyway, it took many years, but eventually the plague was completely eradicated.
Good.
We've dealt with similar phenomena multiple times throughout the ages. Each time we successfully restored the balance between life and death. To sum it up, we are gatekeepers, guarding the border for the sake of both the living and the dead.
That's what you meant by guarding the border? Never knew Wangsheng had such a long history.
So when I say this curse is just a figment of the imagination, I say it with more certainty than most. But I also can't really go telling people that the ancient plagues were real, or it would incite panic.
Sure.
Anyway, let's wait a bit more and get ready for the show. This leyline monolith will make for a really great prop.
A while later.
Oh, you're finally here! We just finished our preparations. Now, look here. This device is used to drive away evil spirits. It'll absorb the curse inside you and cause it to take a physical form. But don't worry, the traveler here is a seasoned warrior and will assure our safety.
You failed to mention we need to fight. I mean, I figured as much.
Oh, right. I forgot to tell you. It'll be fine.
Sure.
Will that really solve my problem?
Yeah, you'll be fine.
Trust the director. She might look like a weirdo, but she's serious about everything she does.
I'll be real. Hu Tao is pretty stylish. Her coat is awesome.
How can you call me a weirdo? I mean, wouldn't you say it's more charmingly naive? Or disarmingly different?
I like disarmingly different.
Alright, let's get down to business. My glamorous assistant, please activate the device.
She called me glamorous. Alright, time to activate. Huzzah! Oh, I have to actually start it. Cool.
Is it really possible to materialize the curse?
Get out of here. There you go.
I'm counting on you!
Out. There we go.
How are you feeling? Did the curse leave your body?
Yes, I feel more invigorated than ever before. I'm cured.
Okay. Yep, it's just as she said. Guy was just paranoid as hell from going to that creepy place and thought he was messed up from it.
I can't express how grateful I am for your and the Traveler's help. If it hadn't been for you, the curse would have taken my life.
Yeah. Good thing we were here.
Great. In which case, I guess now I can tell you.
Oh.
You've been pranked.
Okay, I didn't know that was part of the plan. I didn't realize we were going to be like, by the way, we were full of shit. Nothing was wrong with you. You're just weird. That's funny. Wasn't expecting that. Also, not very cool, but okay, here we go.
What?
This exorcism device? People like you wouldn't recognize it, but it's just an old ley line monolith deceptively effective at attracting monsters. And those were real monsters, not a manifestation of your curse. So riddle me this. If I didn't do anything to lift the curse, then what's the cause of your sudden recovery?
The curse wasn't real?
There you go. We did it. I get. Okay, so we do tell them the truth. That's fair. I also like that as well. I didn't think she was gonna do it. It's fine.
Then why was I sick?
Because people make themselves sick by thinking that they're sick all the time. It's not always the case, but, you know, the mind is powerful.
Well, you caught a cold, ate something bad, or just scared yourself sick. It's anyone's guess, but I'm leaning towards the last option. Wouldn't be the first time in my career.
Yeah. People can just get, like, stress. Stress can make you sick.
How unexpected.
I also didn't expect that, but still, I'd like to thank you.
Alright, now that'd be $1,000, please.
Don't mention it. I found a way to deal with your fears this time, but I can't do it over and over again, so I'd appreciate it if you try not to give in to superstitions in the future. Human life is short. Enjoy it while it lasts.
Wow, what a weird thing to say.
Is it? I don't think it's that weird. She just said, like, don't be a little bitch and YOLO. What's so wrong about that?
I shall head back. I'm sorry for troubling you.
Okay, bye.
I feel relieved to see that it wasn't Big G's doing. However, unless he crosses the border, there will be no end to his antics.
My guy, how did you not get it?
Since we are done with the matter at hand, can we resume our search for Big G?
I don't know, maybe Big G is still out there, but it's like, I don't...
I believe that won't be needed.
Yeah, I think you just have a weird guilt thing going on, dude.
He found us first.
Oh.
Big G?
Oh.
I didn't mean to bother you. Any of you.
Never mind, cool, we're seeing ghosts. Awesome. Hello, Big G.
This is Big G? He's just a child?
Paimon, it was his childhood friend. Of course it's a child.
Well, he is a spirit. It's quite normal that he looks just like he did when he left this world.
Yeah.
That's not what Paimon imagined when Paimon first heard the name Big G.
Paimon, you're not paying attention.
Let's bring him back to Wangsheng Funeral Parlor. We have much to do.
Okay. Cool, so there actually was a Big G. I'm cool with that. Makes it interesting.
After all that's happened, Paimon's not even sure what's going on anymore.
I didn't expect to stumble upon Big G just like that either. So Big G's not an evil spirit?
Actually, I'm not surprised in the slightest. Remember what I said? There's only so many evil spirits in this world.
Mm-hmm.
It was a twist of fate that made him leave Wuwang Hill in the first place. Now, for some reason, he can't go back.
This explanation sounds a bit far-fetched to Paimon.
Paimon, we literally have a ghost kid standing in front of us. You're gonna have to start believing in something.
Actually, she pretty much summed it up.
Yeah.
Huh?
Why are you surprised? I don't get... Sometimes Paimon says a thing that I agree with. Sometimes we have similar reactions. Other times, she's an actual floating brick. She's incredibly stupid in this story quest right now. It's fine. I mean, it's kind of like the Traveler and her were on the same page for most of it, and now the Traveler has come to an understanding of how things are working, and Paimon's just like, what? Like, the entire time after that point. And I'm just like, come on, dude, it's fine. Like, what the hell, though?
Don't ever question my professional instincts.
I won't. We're probably gonna see you later at some point, and Paimon's gonna be like, you work at the funeral parlor? Because she can't keep a thought. Like, oh god.
I just wanted to check up on my friends. That's why I came to Liyue Harbor.
That's cool.
I promise I wasn't up to any mischief. I never wanted to scare anyone.
I believe you.
A few days ago, some people came to Wuwang Hill on a dare. I heard them saying they'd come from Liyue Harbor, so I followed one of them back and ended up here.
Oh, so maybe the guy was feeling sick for reasons and paranoid because there actually was at least coming back to Liyue. Okay. So it wasn't all entirely in his head.
Ah, it must have been poor Luocheng that you followed. Maybe he didn't notice you, but he could still feel your presence. Now we know what caused his nightmares.
Right, he felt like someone was watching him and that made him like super nervous and then the stress took over everything from there. I don't think Big G here actually made Luocheng sick, but it kind of started the paranoia, right? And one thing led to another.
I was discovered?
Kinda.
Well, I assume so, otherwise he wouldn't have been scared half to death.
Why didn't you come looking for Meng sooner?
Yeah, Hu Tao and Meng were searching for you all over the place.
Oh, that's because I couldn't find them. It's my first time in Liyue Harbor, and I got lost in the city.
I believe that.
Now that you mention it, Big G always had a poor sense of direction. When we were kids, he'd never go down the hill by himself. We always had to lead him.
So, all of this was just because you got lost?
Paimon. He's a kid.
Why didn't you just fly? Like any other ghost or spirit? Don't you think it's much easier to find your way from up above?
Maybe he can't. I don't know. Do we know that other spirits can fly? Little what's-her-face, I don't think she could fly. She could possess things, but I don't think she could fly.
I can't.
There we go.
It's too high for me. I get scared.
Oh, so maybe you're capable, but you just don't. Okay.
That's right, yes! He used to be so afraid of heights that he wouldn't even so much as look down the hill.
Damn.
You haven't changed a bit.
Good thing they didn't call you Tall G. I'm just gonna shut up.
I knew I wasn't supposed to show myself to the living, and with so many people walking around Liyue Harbor, my only choice was to hide.
Fair.
I wouldn't have found you if it weren't for the Leyline Monolith's call.
I'm so relieved that you haven't become an evil spirit.
Like I said, don't ever doubt my professional instincts. No, all we have to do is escort this lost child back to Wuwang Hill, and we should be done and dust to dusted.
But he just said he wanted to visit his friends. Apart from me, there's also Little Wu, Mumu, and Songza.
Well, if that's the case, we can't let him down. We'll ask them all to help us prepare a farewell ceremony for Big G. Meng and I will escort Big G back to Wuwang Hill. You meet with those three and ask them for keepsakes to symbolize each one of them during the ritual, then come and find us.
Okay.
They're all friends. Can't we just go there all together? Or maybe we can take Big G to them.
That's not a good idea. I don't want to scare them.
I wouldn't want ordinary folks to become superstitious. The less they know, the better.
Mm-hmm.
So be careful what you say when you collect the keepsakes.
Alright.
Are we really going with Hu Tao's plan?
Yes.
At least by keeping things low-key, we won't be giving anyone nightmares.
Yeah. It's fine. Everything's fine. You just gotta believe. Just gotta believe, man. It's gonna be fine.
Hi! Do you remember us?
You're not selling it well.
Oh, you. Sorry, I won't be needing the funeral parlor's services anytime soon.
Meng said that he's an old friend of yours.
Yes, we grew up together. We still keep in touch even now. I don't know why he started working for Wangsheng Funeral Parlor. To be honest, I find their director to be quite peculiar.
Sure.
But he must have had his reasons. He's on his own now, after all. And he still can't get over what happened to Big G. Did he tell you about it?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, he did. If you could pick one thing to give to Big G as a keepsake, what would you choose?
And give it to us. For no particular reason.
Just, theoretically speaking. We're just being hypothetical here. Definitely not gonna actually go commemorate him or anything.
Typical Paimon.
I'd cook something for him. Oh, he could eat spicy food like no other. His favorite meal was extra spicy Jueyun chili chicken.
Nice.
I can make it for you if you bring me some Jueyun chilies.
Oh boy, great.
I'm sure he'd appreciate the flavor of his childhood years. I still use that old recipe.
Okay.
Deal! Just give us a minute.
Do I have any?
Jueyun chilies are a common sight in Liyue. I can rustle that dish up in no time if you help me find some.
I don't have any. I just need one. Alright. I'll get your chili. Don't you worry about it. I got this. I'm glad I didn't, like, cook to make the jade parcel today or anything and use them all up after collecting all the ones I knew about. You know what I mean? Sometimes I do that. Sometimes I collect all of them and I just make jade parcels because they're really good to have in combat. So I'm glad I didn't do that. Otherwise I'd have to wait. Hi, little Wu.
Jueyun chilies are a common sight in Liyue. I can rustle that dish up in no time if you help.
Yes. Take a chili, please. Enjoy. Make the food.
Great. This should be enough.
Alright.
I'll get started on the Jueyun chili chicken. I guess you've got other folks to track down?
We do.
When everyone's ready, I'll get the dish over to you.
Thank you.
Great! See you later! How did he know about the others?
Because you, Paimon. Mumu hangs out kind of near Boo Boo. Pharmacies. Not really. I mean, that's up there and he's around the corner. Alright, here we go.
Not you again. I told you, I'm not interested in the inner workings of Wangsheng Funeral Parlor.
Mm-hmm.
Mung told us about you. You're good friends, right?
That's true, yes. Come to think of it, I remember he did join Wangsheng Funeral Parlor recently.
Indeed.
It didn't take long for his good friends to figure out why. The Big G incident.
Yep.
But I know there's nothing we can say to help him get over it. Letting go of the past is a painful process. I would know. So, is Big G the reason you're here to see me?
Yes.
How did you know? We didn't even say anything.
I'm a businessman. I've got a sixth sense for this kind of thing.
Sure.
Everyone hears the name Moo Moo and thinks I must be dim-witted. I never heard the end of it when I set up shop. But I'd say I proved a few people wrong. Here, take this. It's a top-of-the-line toy box we all dreamed of owning as kids. Back then, none of us could afford it. We were penniless.
I see.
Today, business is booming. I ended up buying loads of these. It was a dream come true.
Clever camera placement to hide the box. That's obviously not in his hand because he's just holding out his hand doing that gesture, but they're... It's fine. Camera tricks!
Wow, you must be like super rich.
He's a businessman.
For me, it's a memento of a childhood long gone. Without it, we wouldn't be where we are today. So, having found me, I guess you'll be looking for Little Wu and Songza next.
We already saw Little Wu. Now we gotta find Songza.
I see. If it's Songza you're after, let's meet at the overpass at Feiyun Slope. It's just above the staircase leading down to the dock. I've got an errand to run. I'll come find you as soon as I'm done.
Cool. That's right, now it's the girl. Okay. Ha! Wow, all of you are here. I think I called Songza Gonzi or Gonza before. I don't know. Songs. I don't know. Maybe I didn't. Doesn't matter. I didn't get to ask you for a keepsake. You're just here, though. That's fine. Guess we'll do it now.
Huh? You're all here.
Yeah.
Reminiscing about old times, thinking back to past events. We've been at it for years.
Our hometown was completely destroyed in a disaster, so we've got nowhere to go back to. Now, home is wherever friends are.
They've just been telling me you're looking for keepsakes?
Yes.
I make artisan Xiao lanterns down by Liyue Harbor. I guess they represent me better than anything.
Okay.
A few days ago, I bought some quality plastrite shards. They're currently all in the warehouse at the dock. I've already spoken to the manager. Could I ask you to retrieve them for me?
Sure.
Seems like you already know what's going on. Be back in a jiffy.
Alright. I'm gonna talk to you guys anyway.
You know, I just realized, mine's the only item that's been outright purchased. Yours are both handmade.
But yours is worth a lot more.
Worth and Mora is not what's important here. These things all played a big part in our childhood.
True.
They show that we will never forget our promise.
Hello.
Who's that skulking around?
It's me, the Traveler.
Hi, we're here to pick up the plastrite shards for Sansa.
I think she mentioned it.
How?
Yes, here you are in the register. No problem.
What? How? You guys got phones? If she was here to tell you that I was coming, then how'd she... Why didn't she just pick it up then? How'd she get here before me and back? Did she tell you I was going to pick it up before she knew I was going to run into her? Can she see the future? How does that make any sense?
The plastrite shards are over in that crate there. Please, help yourselves.
Okay.
These look like what Sansa was talking about. Let's head back.
Yeah, we're going back now.
My thanks to both of you. This looks like great stuff. Please, wait a moment. This is the final step.
Okay.
Okay, there we go. I wrote all 5 of our names inside the lantern.
Aw.
You know, during the annual lantern rite, we all release a lantern like this.
I watched All That Glitters recently. It was very nice.
No matter what the days may bring, whichever roads we choose to take, while this rite remains observed, each of us remains the same.
As for the matter of Big G, the 3 of us have discussed amongst ourselves and agreed we won't press you on it.
But if you get the chance, please let him know we're doing well.
Hmm.
And that the things we once spoke of, they've all come to pass.
You can count on us, and I won't press you on the things you once spoke of.
Thank you. We'll pass it on. Big G is lucky to have friends like you. We got everything we need. Let's go to Wulong Hill and find Hu Tao and the others.
Alright. Here I am. Hello, everybody.
Oh, you're back already? Sooner than I expected.
Mm-hmm.
You didn't go spilling the beans, did you, Paimon?
She did.
Does Paimon look that unreliable to you?
Yes, absolutely.
I'm kidding. Anyway, looks like they were willing to hand over some keepsakes, so I guess they knew the deal. Nevertheless, when it comes to things like ghosts and ghouls, spirits and souls, the one thing everyone knows is you never know what to expect.
Hmm.
Which explains why they were reluctant to pry and find out the full story. Which is just as well, because if they had attempted to, it would have been too much for me to deal with.
I can't tell if you're serious anymore. I'm gonna say sounds terrifying. A lot of responsibility, a lot of work.
Guard the border between life and death. This is Wangsheng Funeral Parlor's most important responsibility, and I'm stricter than most.
So what about us? Does it matter if we cross the border?
Of course not. After all, you were caught up in all this already, just like Meng. It's not the end of the world if you catch a glimpse behind the curtain. And where we're going, don't be surprised at what you may see or what may occur.
Okay.
All of it exists within the border between the living and the dead. An ordinary place, really. The only special thing about it is that nobody really knows about it. Whatever you do, don't get all worked up over nothing, okay? Or else by the time we're out, I'll have to erase your memories.
Can you do that? You capable of that?
So listen to everything I say. Let's go.
Okay. These concerned looks right now are very valid.
I'm scared. But like Hu Tao says, we're already caught up in this. We better see it through to the end.
Yeah. Here we go. Oh, cool. Do I actually get to play as Hu Tao? I think I do. Okay.
Wow, what is this place?
Somewhere close to death, but not like the hell or underworld from the tales of old.
Man. I'm an idiot. Alright.
That pattern looks familiar.
From the right angle, you can make out the whole thing.
Oh, just like last time.
There we go. That's cool. I like those pattern things that reveal doors and stuff. It's neat. Alright. Ooh, she's fast. Ow.
This place doesn't feel at peace.
That's why it's named the border. You can't just cross whenever you please. You need to have a little... how do people normally put it? Pomp and ceremony?
I'm pretty sure that's not how people put it.
I thought that heals you. It doesn't. It just brings you back. Yeah, she's, I can see her being, like, really fun, but, like, if you don't know what you're doing, like me, you're gonna end up getting yourself killed real quick. Oops. There we go.
By the way, I imagine Adventurers Guild members are good at making order of things. See if you can find a way to get the right things into the right places. Usually it requires a bit of destruction as well as elemental reactions. On your marks.
Okay.
You talking to us?
There we go. Okay. So now we're gonna have to bring this little flame to the door. Oh, chest! Over here, I imagine? Right? Oh, and then there's another one. Oh, I just have a second one. Neat. Cool. Wait, what's over here? Did I walk through here before? I did. I came from here, went up there, went around. Okay, yeah, it was all big one puzzle area. Cool. Here we go. Whee!
Disappear!
Freeze to the core.
Written in the stars. Eyes on me!
There we go. Nice. Hell yeah. Alright, I'm really glad I got a chance to actually play with her. I was worried that it was going to be one of those story missions where I didn't get to. But, this is fun. She's cool. It's a character I would simultaneously love to pull for, but I don't think I would because I wouldn't be able to play with her properly. I know I kind of already said that before and I'm repeating myself, but that's just honestly how I feel. The HP management seems a little too much unless if I had a healer on my team, which I don't. Well, I have Barbara, so I could use Barbara, but I don't know. It's a big maybe. I have other ideas I'd like to do first. She's like a character I would eventually get because I just want to.
The same, but there aren't enough. So confusing. Let's have a look around. Or up ahead.
She's a character I'd want to get just for the sake of wanting to get, but I feel that way with a lot of other characters. So the ones that I mostly want now are the ones that like really, really impress me with something that I've seen of them.
Silly churl, Billy churl, silly Billy, hilly churl. Ooh.
That was the song the little girl was singing. Is that a normal nursery rhyme in this world? I guess it is. Anyway, yeah, so I guess what I'm saying is that, like, she's definitely someone I would pull for eventually one day, maybe if I ever had the opportunity to, but she's not, like, high priority, so I need to save my stuff, my primo gems and all that jazz, my fates, for other characters. First. Anyway. Ooh, I like that little butterfly dash she's got. I just noticed that. That's cool. I feel like... Am I missing something? Like, I want to open up that. But... Is there another thing to use? Is there anything obvious that I'm missing in here? I guess I'll just go where the marker tells me. I feel like I'm missing out on treasure now, though. Unless if it wraps me around. What is this about? Why did it lead me to the corner? I'll die if I go down there. Am I supposed to accept death? Is that what this is about? I accept my fate. Oh. I'm just in the water. Never mind. I wasn't being overly dramatic. It's fine. I knew this was just a tunnel leading somewhere. I didn't think I was just jumping into an abyss and it was part of like some weird trial for being in a place such as this. It's fine. Great. Okay.
Huh? Isn't this where we just were before?
It is. Do I have to... How does this work? That doesn't open from this side. What am I missing? Okay, so I go through the water. Go over here. There's this. Do that. And then there's nothing really over here that I see that's obvious.
What in Teyvat is going on?
Wait.
Have we even been moving forward this whole time?
It's almost as if we're constantly being sent back to the beginning. Everything resets.
Yeah. Is this is intentional? I feel like I'm not like I'm supposed to be doing it like this. Right? I mean, the characters are commenting on it, so progress is being made in some way.
We're stuck! The spirits have trapped us!
Don't be daft. You've put my mind at rest. Seems it's not easy for ordinary folks to cross over.
So you set us up?
Yeah. If you don't have enough, then why not just carry it through a few more times?
Okay. Yeah, we'll just keep doing it. Can I go through? I can't actually go through. Alright. Cool. I was spending my sweet time just looking around, just making sure, you know, I wasn't missing anything, and I wasn't. I was missing that I had to keep doing it. That's new. You know what? No complaints. It's a different kind of puzzle. I'm just glad that there were audio cues to let me know that I wasn't going mad. But it's very fitting because Mung and, you know, Paimon and just, like, in general, just commenting on it. Oh, wait.
If you don't have enough, then why not just
Can I carry the fire all the way over there, or is it going to go out when I hit the water? I still have it. Is this what I have to do? Okay, I'm kind of dumb for not doing that sooner. I probably could have done that the first time and just known. I thought something was going to trigger. Forgive me. Boy, do I feel stupid.
We're stuck! The spirits have trapped us!
Don't be daft. You've put my mind at
There we go.
rest. Seems it's not easy for ordinary
I didn't
folks to
think
cross
I'd-
over.
I didn't think I'd be able to do that.
Finally!
Excuse me.
Paimon thought we were going to be trapped in that weird place forever.
It was weird, and it was a place.
That's exactly the point. Trespassers end up running scared.
So that's the weird stuff out of the way, right?
Yep. Just dive off the edge here.
There is a leap of faith.
What?
I was just predicting it a lot sooner. Okay. Here we go. There we go. Nice. Alright, Assassin's Creed that. Kind of. It would have been cool if it was a swan dive. Got ourselves a chest. Nice. This is a cool little domain. Puzzle section and such. I like it.
Welcome to the farewell ceremony site. Our destination is just up ahead.
Cool.
I know you're excited, so feel free to have a look around and talk amongst yourselves. Soon you'll find out there's nothing special about this place.
Okay. Dead people! Lang Shi!
Are you clients? Apologies. This is just a little unexpected. Seeing that it was Hu Tao that brought you puts me at ease. But I'm afraid we don't have the means to entertain guests here.
Who are you?
My name is Lan Si. I've been waiting for someone for a long time now. Exactly how long, I couldn't really say. Everyone says waiting is difficult, but walking, watching, talking to newcomers, and the old crowd, it helps to pass the time. I can keep waiting, but who knows whether what I'm waiting for will ever come to pass. It's all the same to me. Waiting's all I can do anyway. But if you too are looking for someone important to you, it's best not to keep waiting forever.
How about you, Juming?
Are you new here? What a coincidence, so am I.
Oh. Hi.
I can't believe how nice the scenery is. I thought it'd be all pitch black and freezing cold with no sense of space or time. Here I can finally work out a lifetime of emotions. It's fantastic. Perhaps I just set my expectations too low.
How about you guys? Mo and Shu Yang. Oh, sorry guys, I didn't mean that.
By the way, have you seen Uncle Jean recently?
That guy? I remember him saying it was time for him to move on.
Good for him. I wonder where he's off to next.
If you're curious, why don't we go and see for ourselves?
Some other time, perhaps. I'd like to stay here for a while.
It's the lantern rite again. Wouldn't it be cool if we got to see the lanterns ourselves one day?
Memories.
You can make a wish without a lantern, you know. My mom told me. As long as you yell it really loud, your wish will come true in the future.
Yell it? Isn't that kinda embarrassing?
As soon as the first person yells, and everyone else just joins in, and nobody feels embarrassed anymore.
That's right. Little Wu, you start.
Alright, I wish I could open a massive restaurant with never-ending dishes and snacks, so I could eat Joy and chili chicken every day!
That's your wish?
If that's so funny, what's your wish?
To get rich, of course. Do big business and make a load of Mora. With Mora, you can do whatever you want and be happy.
Yeah, if you get rich, you can buy that super expensive toy box.
Not just one. One for everyone. No, loads for everyone.
Well, if Momo's gonna be a businessman, then I don't need to earn any money.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. It's tough getting rich. Don't put all the pressure on me.
As for me, I want to learn to make Ming Xiao lanterns. The big kind! And Xiao lanterns, too. I'll be the best artisan around.
Yeah! That way we don't need to go to Liyue Harbor to release Xiao lanterns.
Anyway, those are our wishes. Mung, Big G, what about you?
Me?
Huh? They all disappeared. Right when he was about to make his wish.
That's when the accident occurred.
It brings back so many memories. That was the last lantern ride the five of us spent together.
It's been so long. Everyone's all grown up. Have all those wishes really come true?
They've come true. We can prove it to you.
We asked each of them for parting gifts for you. Little Wu's become a chef. Momo's a successful businessman. And Zongzi makes great shell lanterns.
Really? Wow.
We've never forgotten our childhood dreams. We've kept them in our hearts as a promise to each other. Anyway, time to release this lantern.
Hell yeah.
Hey, take a hint.
What? Like to back off? I got it. I wasn't going with that. I was gonna let them have their quality time.
Let's give them some space to go over the good old days.
Yeah, I agree. That's what I was doing. Walking up to them anyway. I want to hear what they're saying.
Wow, there are even the names of all five of us on it. Amazing. Oh, didn't you just say that you release lanterns every year? Do you plan to add more names over the years? Like Little Wu's kids and Mumu's wife?
Oh.
Actually, I have some good news. Mumu's soon to be a father. He's been talking about nothing else recently. He's excited and nervous at the same time.
I wonder if such a goofball will make a good father.
No. You'd be surprised how sharp-witted he is now. Let me tell you.
Oh. Has anyone seen the anime Anohana? Tearjerker, if you haven't. There's a lot of these vibes in that. Oh man, okay. Hi, Hu Tao.
Take the hint? Really? Of all of us, you're the one who needs to learn how to read the room.
Okay, Paimon, you need to a little quieter. A little. Do you need to guard the border? Your scope of work is nothing like I imagined. Honestly, I didn't know it was going to get this involved.
Really? The end result is the same, though. Exactly what I do and how I do it are just minor technicalities. As I explained, Wangsheng Funeral Parlor was, once upon a time, more akin to a doctor's office than an actual funeral parlor. During the Archon War, piles of corpses covered the wilderness. People were plunged into misery and suffering. Disease was spreading all over the land. Death devastated the world of the living. Such were the times when the Wangsheng Funeral Parlor was first established. As humans, its founders were deemed too insignificant to matter, but slowly, they managed to drive away death.
They must have paid a huge price for that.
After generations, Liyue Harbor became a bustling hub of prosperity, luring people with dreams of great fame and abundant mora. But in the end, some lunatics stirred up the legacy of the dead. By that I mean the remnants of the defeated gods that ravaged the world. I won't go into specifics of that situation, but suffice to say that at its peak, life was on the verge of bringing about its own extinction, while death was coming back with a vengeance. It took a long, long time, longer than you'd think, to restore balance and reinstate the border. Without it, Liyue Harbor as we know it wouldn't be here today, neither would the Wangsheng Funeral Parlor, you or me.
Okay, that was a interesting scene change right there. Didn't really, I mean, they just kind of showed more of the domain, but okay. I didn't expect you to be such a storyteller.
The previous directors all loved to tell this one too, although, if you ask me, I think I tell it best.
Sure.
What you make of my words is up to you. I do hope that most of it flew over your heads, though. The Wangsheng Funeral Parlor is just that, a funeral parlor. Nothing more to it.
Maybe it's for the better.
We live in peaceful times, but this harmonious coexistence between life and death should never be taken for granted. Huh? It's about time. Let's go. Let's take them to the place where all begins and all goes to rest.
Okay.
What kind of place is that?
I just mean where we first bumped into each other. I come up with fun names for things sometimes, okay? No need to hound me with questions about every little thing I say.
True. True. We don't need to question her like crazy. Let her do her thing. She's fine. She's doing a good job. Time to send off Big G.
I think we did everything we could to make you happy, Big G, wouldn't you say? But if you ever really do become an evil spirit and come back with more nefarious nonsense in mind, I may have to forget our friendship and give you a far less fond farewell.
I won't, I promise. I'm grateful for everything you've done for me. Now that I know that my friends are doing so well, I have no intention to bother them.
I also want to thank you. You made my dream come true, too.
So you should also mind my warning, Mung. If you won't let go of the past, I might reunite you two sooner than you think.
That is terrifying. Look at that face.
How can you say such horrendous things with that smile on your face?
Because she enjoys it.
Well then, last but not least, let's say our goodbyes to Big G.
See you later, Big G.
Not like that. You won't be seeing him later. Let's stick to goodbye and such.
True. This is an actual, you know, I agree with the whole thing. Like, there's no such things as goodbyes and stuff, because there's a chance that you could see someone again, especially if they're a close friend of yours. However, this kid is dead. We should probably say goodbye. Or see you later in the afterlife, all that jazz. Sure, you could word it that way. We're not going to see him later. We're not important to this guy. It's not important. Let's continue.
No worries. I'll just take my leave. I'm sorry. Of all the wishes we yelled that day, only ours hasn't come true.
Nah, don't be bothered by that. No life is without its regrets. You can leave in peace now.
All right. I'll remember you all. Goodbye.
Ooh.
He's gone then. I thought that closure would bring me relief, but all I can feel now is emptiness.
So, what was the wish you two made? We didn't have a chance to hear it earlier.
Well, after each of us has started a family and built a career, we want both our families to spend the lantern rite together. That's why I envy my friends so much. Little Wu and the rest, they all had a chance to fulfill their wishes. Mine, however, will remain just a dream.
You still have a lot ahead of you, dude. I mean, yeah, your family and Big G's, he's gone, but you could still have a family and be with your other friends. You know, it's not like he'd want you to just stop.
That's right. Also, think about this. Everyone gets burnt to ash one day.
Okay.
So enjoy your life while you can, and when your duty to the living is over, you can meet whoever you want again in the afterlife. Isn't that great?
True.
Thank you?
Yeah. I mean, you know, the saying burnt to ash part, she didn't have to say that part of it. She could have just been like, when you pass on, you'll see your loved ones again. But I get it. It's fine.
Either way, I don't think I'll ever return to Wuwang Hill. I have a lot of feelings to process.
No worries. It's a good opportunity for you to go on vacation. Consider your leave approved. Naturally, this doesn't change the terms of our previous agreement. The leave will be unpaid.
Sure. He just walks away. He's like, yeah, I'm not going back.
Aren't you forgetting about something?
You promised that you'll help us in our search?
I took you to the border and let you have a look around, didn't I? But based on your reaction, it seems like you didn't find what you're looking for. It is a pity indeed.
The biggest pity of all is your lack of help.
Confirms that she's alive.
I was fishing around on your behalf through the channels that aren't accessible to you. Unfortunately, I didn't find any leads worth pursuing either.
I mean, we already knew she was alive, but anyway.
I'll keep my eyes open in case anything crops up. If so, I'll be sure to let you know.
You don't sound like you mean it.
I'm not an expert on tracking down the living. However, if you want me to summon someone from the other side of the border...
Oh, stop saying creepy stuff!
Relax. I'll help you look for them. You have my word. My exquisite sense of humor always goes unappreciated.
I appreciate your humor. Sometimes. Most of the time. Seems like you really like your job.
I have my reasons.
Sure.
Reasons?
The spirits we saw near the border are the dead that still long for the world of the living. But I've never seen any of the previous directors there, not even once.
They all accept death.
This means that becoming the director of Wangsheng Funeral Parlor was the right decision for them, and left them with no regrets.
Quest completed. Nice. Alright, and that's it. That was my experience playing through Hu Tao's story quest. It was something. Hu Tao is a very interesting character, and I like her a lot. I can see why many people do. She's funny, she's quirky. However, she is very passionate about her job, and she's a character that really understands life and death. Two sides of the same coin, if you really think about it. And because of that, she takes it all very seriously in a non-serious way, because life is short and you gotta have fun and just do what you gotta do, right? I get that message with her and what she says, and that she doesn't take things too seriously. She brushes off a lot of the insecurities you think that she could have with what people say to her and question her methods and all that stuff. But all in all, she's just doing her best, and she's good at what she does. Although some things could be worded a little better. However, it's still entertaining and it's fun at the end of the day, and it makes her to be a very, very fun character. So that's how I feel about Hu Tao. She's really cool, and yeah, this was enjoyable. But that's enough of me right now. I should get going. So thank you very much for hanging out. I appreciate it. If you enjoyed the video, make sure to leave a like, subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already, comment down below if you have something to say, and check out the description for additional ways of how to support me. Every little bit counts, and it means so, so much. Thank you for being here, and until next time, shine on, you crazy diamonds. Later.